Hello, welcome to my channel, Autumn and the Mage. This is a general reading in regards to love for Taurus. It is general, so it might not resonate for you. If you were drawn to the video, cards got sloppy there. If you're drawn to the video, then perhaps there's a message intended for you here, or perhaps the entire message is intended for you. But if some portion of it really doesn't resonate for you, don't try to force it. Just take what does. So we are starting here, Taurus, with a spell casting oracle deck to get the overall energy for you in regards to love. So we get two cards here. Oh, that's interesting. Courage is at the bottom, just Leo energy, but also it's just about, it's interesting to me because you also got strength here, which also I would classify as Leo energy. Because the strength card represents having courage and also having the strength to complete something. And sometimes that something is holding ourselves back, from something, and other times it's strength to move forward in some way. But we also get inspiration, which is a really beautiful card. Both are really beautiful cards here. Oh, she's look, she's got like cubs in her lap. Cats. I mean, they're not cats, they're like lions, but that's a cat. But she's got them in her lap there. The inspiration card actually talks about creativity and imagination. Yeah, about the power of the mind, and like let yourself dream almost. It's actually like, like think about your wishes. Let yourself dream about what could be. See the possibilities, and understand that your brain has that power. It has the power to create that for you, and it's important for you at this time to focus on those wishes and focus on that creativity and that imagination. That's about not necessarily a new idea, but something that inspires you, and allowing yourself to dream it, allowing yourself to think on it, allowing yourself to wish for it, because all of those steps bring it into your reality. All of those steps pull it forward for you. And also the strength card here indicates that there's been some aspect. I mean, we're asking about you in regards to love, and it's saying basically that you need to stand up for yourself is really what the strength card says. Even though, like in tarot, strength talks about, I mean, it's still about having courage and still having the strength to move forward. But in addition to that, this card specifically talks about standing up for yourself, for what you deserve. And don't let yourself get pushed around. You should have what you want to have, and stand up for yourself. Don't, very specifically, like, don't let others walk over you. Don't let them just have what they want from you. Stand up for yourself. So I hope that resonates for you, but let's go ahead and take a look at the tarot now. We're going to take a look at the person connecting with you. We're going to look at how they see you, what they think of you, and how they feel about you, and then we'll clarify those if necessary. So let's start with how they see you, what they think of you. How do they see Taurus? What do they think of Taurus? 3 of Wands. Well, that's somebody who's on a path, You've achieved things. They see you as working towards something. There's a goal out there that you're trying to achieve for yourself, and they see that you're almost to it, and that you're dedicated towards that goal, that you're still heading in that direction. I mean, it's not at all common for us to be looking at somebody's backside in this particular card, because it's often about what they're looking out there. I mean, what they're looking at out there, that's something that they're moving towards. But I don't know, it stands out to me that we're looking like, almost like they see you working on something that pulls you away from them. I don't know. That just stood out all of a sudden. So can we get 2 more cards. How do they see Taurus? What do they think of them? The Queen of Swords. So this is somebody who has clear boundaries, who's enforcing clear boundaries. You know, the Queen of Swords, she doesn't want to get hurt, and she has been hurt. So she's willing to, like, I'm willing to consider this, you know, I'm willing to put effort towards this. I'm willing to open myself to this, but I'm also going to have this sword. So if you like step over any line whatsoever, this will end, you know? And so it's very strong boundaries. Maybe a little bit icy, maybe a little bit cool. They feel like you're being a little cool towards them. Can we get one more? How do they see Taurus? What do they think of Taurus? The Knight of Cups. That's interesting because this is very romantic energy. It's very, is this the Knight? It is the Knight because there's a horse. Yeah. The Knight of Cups is very romantic energy. It's someone who sweeps in and whisks you away. I mean, they see you as being very, what's the word? Romantic, possibly. The Page of Wands and the Two of Swords fell out. The Page of Wands is somebody who's excited about something, you know, possibilities. I didn't mean to get more. And the Two of Swords is somebody who's trying to make a decision. So, like, indecisive. But I was trying to explain the Knight of Cups, which is just as somebody who's coming forward with their heart open, you know? It kind of conflicts with the other things here with that Three of Wands and the Queen of Swords. And so perhaps they see this like capacity in you. We'll clarify it, but let's take a look at how they feel about you now. Can we take a look at how they feel? How do they feel about Taurus? It's interesting that you come across as this Queen of Swords, which is somebody who has very strong boundaries. And your advice here is not to be walked all over, you know, like really stand up for what you want and like what you dream about, what you wish for, you know, think about that. Let yourself dream about it. Call that to your reality and stand up for yourself. But then they see you as this Queen of Swords who is someone who is standing up for herself. The Chariot. This is Cancer energy. You might be dealing with a Cancer, but they have a destination in mind in regards to you, and they're committed to that destination. We'll clarify to see if we can find out exactly what that destination is, but this is very determined and committed energy. Can we get 2 more? How does this person feel about Taurus? 8 of Wands, which is forward movement. Interestingly, the Chariot isn't actually moving in the picture, but I always think of Chariot energy as like, I just see this like carriage like barreling down a pathway, you know, and so it feels like fast moving energy to me. But the 8 of Wands is forward movement, you know, wanting to push forward, feeling really inspired to, feeling like all the fires are lit, you know, and the engine is just, if you're, I mean, I don't know, all of a sudden I'm thinking of a train and the coal burning really hot, you know, and that propelling you forward. And so that's what this energy is. But it is also about communication. Like maybe they want to talk to you about something, or they just want to talk to you in general. Can we get one more? How does this person feel about Taurus? Four of Pentacles. Well, that's possessive. Four of Pentacles is possessive energy. They're holding on tightly and they don't want to let go. So let's go ahead and clarify some of this. Now, keep in mind that this is from their perspective here. So this doesn't necessarily have to be you, okay? But it is how they are seeing you. And perhaps I mean, it's possible that you're dealing with more than one person, and in which case, because this advice here is telling you to put your foot down, you know, and also to dream your dreams. And since this person sees you as this Queen of Swords energy, which is kind of someone who's put their foot down, it kind of feels like maybe you've put your foot down in the wrong spot. Like maybe, possibly, I don't know. You have to take that how it resonates, but let's go ahead and clarify. I really want to clarify that Knight of Cups, because that energy, that view is kind of shocking compared to the other cards here. What's the Knight of Cups? Ace of Pentacles, death. So the Ace of Pentacles, that's a new beginning. Okay, Pentacles, that's commitment, stability. And so the Ace of Pentacles is starting something new, starting something that you want to commit yourself to. But we have the Death card here, which is like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not committing to something. I don't read the Knight of Cups energy as like player energy in any way, not like normally. Sorry, I just want to take a look. That cup looks heavy, I gotta say. That cup that he's holding, it just looks really heavy. It's like all gold, and he's holding it up with both hands. And if you could see his face, I don't know that it'll come across clearly, but he looks kind of like he's exerting energy. But let's see here. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles and the Death, I mean, that's the end of putting an end to a new beginning and commitment. And so I don't know if they see you as the Knight of Cups. Maybe they see you chasing somebody else, like not chasing them, because the end to this Ace of Pentacles really is putting a stop to a new beginning, you know, putting a stop to something, a new commitment, because Pentacles represent commitments. So the Knight of Cups, you know, if you're watching this video and you know what this Knight of Cups is about, I'd love to know if you would tell me, because it really does seem out of not similar to the other cards here. So let's go ahead though and clarify. We have a Two of Swords here, which indicates that they think that you're not making a decision. The Two of Swords is indecisive. She is wearing a blindfold. Like, I don't know if you can see. She's wearing a blindfold, and she is in pretty much all of the Two of Swords cards. But and she's holding these two swords, which represent the two decisions she needs to make. But with a blindfold on, like, she's refusing to look at it. She's refusing to even see the choice, because if she just took the blindfold off, she could see, and she could very clearly just put the sword down and take the blindfold off, but she's not doing it. So it's a refusal to make a choice. What's this Two of Swords? Can you clarify the Two of Swords? Clarify the Two of Swords, please. They're not even going to like show us what it is. There's just, yeah, a refusal to make a decision. Can you clarify the Page of Wands? The Page of Wands is someone who is excited about something and inspired. Can you clarify the Page of Wands? Page of Swords. This is 2 pages, which is interesting because pages represent youth, okay? Or they can represent like sort of an immaturity, okay? The Page of Swords is someone who is watching, somebody who's trying to understand something, but not, they're seeking truth and clarity, but they're not necessarily going about it in a direct way, okay? And the Page of Wands is someone who's very excited about something, who feels enthusiastic about something, okay? And I was thinking here that when these 2 cards fell out, I was actually thinking about this Knight of Cups here and wondering, like, because it already felt out of place compared to the other energy here, like how they see you, the Knight of Cups, like maybe they do see you as coming towards them, but with this open heart, but like not giving them commitment. Like that's what this Queen of Swords is. She's like, I'm not, like, we can have some fun here, you know. With the Knight of Cups here, we can, but there's not going to be a commitment. This isn't like, I'm not going to give you a forever kind of situation here with this, because Pentacles really do represent that commitment, that stability. And so it is possible that they see you as being willing to, but the Knight of Cups, I mean, that's very loving energy. That's very romantic energy. It would be really odd for them to see you as, because like I said, it's not really a player card because it's from the heart. You know, if this were like the Knight of Wands, that would make more sense to me. Like, yeah, we can play, but we can't go anywhere else with it. You know what I'm saying? But the Knight of Cups, that's just, it's love and having an open heart towards somebody, and really compassionate energy and understanding energy. You know, that's what that cups represents. So, I was wondering, I was trying to think if these cards had something to do with that Knight of Cups, but because this is somebody who's curious about something. You know, both of these represent curiosity, really, and excitement, and maybe, but also immaturity. And it may be that they see you as curious. They see you as interested but immature. I mean, I'm sorry to have to say it, but maybe that's what they're thinking with these 2 cards. It is very immature energy. Also, not really forthcoming energy, you know, with this Page of Swords showing up. That's someone who's not like really being very open and honest necessarily. And the 2 of Swords, we're not getting anything else on that, but like they see you as not making a choice, like sitting in indecision. Well, let's take a look at their feelings. And I split the deck and we get the 8 of Wands again, which is of course already there. Let's take a look at that Chariot. The High Priestess. Well, the High Priestess can mean 2 things. One, that you know the answer, okay? and it's not going to be like clearly labeled for me, but you should trust your intuition on what the answer is there. The other thing is that they might be searching for clarity and understanding, because the High Priestess, it doesn't necessarily like make sense logically, but she just knows it to be truth. And so they could be on this course. They're very committed and dedicated to understanding, okay? Trying to understand, trying to not really make sense, because that's not really, it's not, the high priestess doesn't really make sense of things. It's just knowing it. You just know it and you can't explain it. You can't explain why. You just know it. And so either you know what this chariot energy is, like you know what they're headed for, or what they're headed towards is this high priestess, this understanding. Um, it's possible that what they're headed towards is something that they understand to be. The high priestess can represent a connection that is very spiritual, like outside of the normal connection, outside of normal life, something that you just feel and you're connected to it and you can't explain it. Okay. Just like I was saying, she represents the unexplainable that we just know to be truth. The unexplainable truths, that's what she represents, And so it can be about mystery. It can be about something not being revealed to you because they can't explain it, but it's there. Okay. In which case you would already know. Or it represents them going for this, like going towards what they know to be truth and what they know to be right, even though they can't explain it to you and they can't put it in words. Like they're following their intuition, That's probably the simplest way to state that. And I have a tendency of saying many more words than are necessary. So, but yes, it looks like they're trying to trust their intuition, possibly. Or the answer, and I don't. One of those two. Let's take a look at the Eight of Wands, which could be communication. Could be, it is definitely forward movement, feeling like things have been moving forward quickly or that they want things to move forward quickly. That's the Hermit and the Lovers. Okay, the Hermit is Virgo energy, so you might be dealing with a Virgo. I forgot to say Death is Scorpio energy. You might be dealing with a Scorpio. The Queen of Swords, that's air energy, so Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Might be dealing with one of those. Yeah. And the Lover's card, this is Gemini energy, so you might be dealing with a Gemini. But anyway, the Hermit and the Lovers. So the Hermit has gone within themselves. Okay, the Hermit goes within to seek answers for something. They have a question and they're not looking for an answer out here. They're looking for an answer inside. And so they look within. And that question has to do with the Lovers, which is soulmate energy, but and it's about a connection, but also about following our heart, making a choice that follows our heart, making the choice that that our heart says is right, which it looks like they want to communicate with you about that with the Eight of Wands. Let's take a look at the Four of Pentacles, which is not letting go. Possessive energy. Yeah, Four of Cups. They're not exactly happy with the way things are. I mean, I feel like that comes across pretty clearly. Maybe it doesn't, but I guess because of what I feel from this card here is like they feel that you're dedicated towards something else and that you've moved towards that something and you're continuing to move towards it. So it doesn't always stand out to me in that way. Like it often comes across as, someone moving towards the other person. But in this scenario, it feels like with his back, I don't know what it is about that image, but it makes me just feel like you're walking away from them. And of course, that's just the way they see it, Yeah, but with the Four of Cups here, this is someone who understands how they see how they got where they are. They're looking at these choices they've made and they see how it got them here, but they're not sure about being here. This isn't really where they want to be. They want something else. And it represents not seeing opportunity because you're too focused on the past, but this is, as far as energy goes, this is someone who's focused on what has already happened, and how it's got them here, and they're not comfortable here. It's not what they wanted, not necessarily that they're not comfortable, but they're they're not thrilled, their fires aren't lit, the coal isn't burning. They're just here and thinking about how they got here, and possibly wondering, like, what could have gone different? What could I have done different? So, but they're holding on in spite of it, in spite of feeling that way. They don't want to let go with that Four of Pentacles. That's very possessive energy. Well, let's see if we can get an oracle message for you, Taurus. Can we get a message here for Taurus? It just feels like there's more. There's more that needs to come out. So I'm just going to shuffle for another second here. I know cards have already come out, but see how it's being all... Do you have a message for Taurus? Okay. Okay, that's it. That's what we got. So I'm going to start with what fell out immediately, and then we'll go back to what these two say. So the first stack of 3 cards that came out were prepared to be astounded, send them love, wish them peace, see them happy. Everyone, always, forever, and prepare to be astounded, the universe. P.S. Oh man, and will you ever become a big-time manifester? Which is true. I mean, when you just send positive energy to people, then it gives you the power to create more in your life, because I say it at the end of like every video. The more positivity you send out, the more you draw into yourself. So that's really what this is about. But maybe specifically in regards to somebody in particular, send them love, wish them peace, see them happy. Like, all of a sudden, see them happy. It feels more like a manifestation, because with manifesting, when you're trying to manifest something into your life, you have to literally visualize it. Okay, you have to literally see it in your life. You have to know that you deserve it, know that it will come to you, and you have to visualize it here in your space, like in your world currently, and that's how you manifest it into your life. And so it's almost, I don't know, all of a sudden I thought, see them happy, because if you see that, then you manifest it. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if that resonates for you, but it stood out to me. Do something new, something different. Ever notice how it's easier to fall in love and to be fallen in love with when you're busy? Thank goodness I'm you, the universe. So this is saying, don't focus so much on the problem. If you're looking for something, just do things you love. Focus on things that you feel positive about. Like it's almost like distract yourself from your problems, because your problems maybe aren't something you can fix right this second. And so if you focus on what makes you happy, it kind of feels a little bit like that inspiration card. Think about what you want. Let yourself dream. Let yourself imagine what could be. Both, this card too talks about seeing it. Imagine it, and don't focus so much on the problem that's there. Just focus on what you want, and what you see, and focus on things that make you happy, and that problem will work itself out in its way. Is kind of how I'm taking that. There's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. Guidance, attention, help, maybe. Love, always. Criticism, never. The question was what to give others, if anything at all. Isn't it fun being you, the universe? So, guidance, attention, help, maybe. Love, always. Criticism, never. I mean, that advice seems obvious, Always love, never criticize, sometimes guide, help, or give attention to. The message is don't Well, don't criticize and send them love. More focus on positivity. But the last two we got is I go where you go. Tell me, are you finding that the occasional stranger has a crush on you? That for words you've almost mindlessly chosen, hearts broken too long begin to heal? That eyes sometimes well up with tears when it's time to say goodbye? Remarkable, our findings exactly. And then it says, Psst, your divinity is showing the universe. And so, yeah, this is, I think it's interesting because this card here is you have what it takes. And both of these cards talk about you being a beautiful person, really. And your beauty shines through. And people notice that and it draws them to you. And so it's saying that, and with this saying you have what it takes, it implies that you feel that maybe you feel you don't. Maybe you're worried that you aren't good enough or that you aren't deserving or that you're not worthy. And this is like confirmation that you also, with this card here and this one here, do something new, do something different. If you focus on what you love, if you focus on things that make you happy, like really and truly happy, okay, things that make us happy, when we focus on them, when we talk about them, we literally glow. Like you're just so bright and so attractive when you're talking about something you love. And that is because you're sending that out, you know? You're sending your love out when you talk about it and when you focus on it and when it's a part of your life. You just glow. It lights you up and it makes you even more attractive. But I feel like this is saying that someone already sees that in you, okay? Because it says here that this is something that you've already created, you know? Have you noticed that people seem to have crushes on you? Have you noticed that things that you're just saying seem to like heal their wounds without you even trying? You're just talking, you're just being your normal self here, and you're inspiring them. And that's because your beauty is shining through. Who you are is shining through, and they see it, you know? So there's that. You have what it takes. Always follow your heart unless it's been broken. Then you must lead it back into love, the universe. P.S. Did you know that hearts are never too big to mend, too small to rebound, or too tired to love again? So if you are heartbroken, this kind of implies that there's something in your past that has made you feel damaged in some way or made you feel, yeah, like you can't truly love because you're still so broken from it. But like you're not actually broken. But hearts are never too big to mend, too small to rebound, or too tired to love again. Excuse me, I'm reminded of something someone told me once, that they didn't think that they could love anyone else. Like they didn't have the capacity within their heart to love. And that is like, no, of course you can. Like your heart is never too small. It's never too small. Your heart will find it within itself. It will grow, or it will find room that it didn't know it had, you know? Anyway, that's so much, Taurus. I hope that this resonated for you. I hope that you enjoyed the reading. And if you did, I'd love to hear about it. You could post a comment below or like the video to let me know that it resonated for you. But either way, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope that you have a beautiful day. Remember to be positive. Think positive thoughts, say positive things, and be generous, be grateful so that you can draw all those things back into your life. So good luck to you, and I hope I see you again next week. Bye.